Well, hey there, folks. It's another backyard lawn mowing. The suns went down a while ago and it was such a beautiful sunset. I figured I'd go ahead and get this on camera real quick. I don't have my antenna cranked up today. It's in the down position. I think it's about 24 feet right there to the bottom of the pole there. But yeah, it's a beautiful sunset. So anyways, not a whole lot changed back here. I think I just did one a couple days ago on the winds or something or another. But yeah, I'm waiting until it's sun goes down before I mow now. That way I don't burn up out here. We had about a 95-degree day today. But got to remember, there's no humidity up here, and we're about 4,100 feet above sea level. So our UV exposure is real high here. So if I stay out here too long, I'll just burn red. But yeah, we went in ahead and got the lawn mowed real quick. Just go ahead and take a look at all the metal roosters and birds and everything I always show out here. Same old junk. Same old junk another day. Boy, the birds are really taking advantage of the water fountain. I see them bathing in it all day long. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put a little bit of chlorine in there just to sanitize the water. These are doing real good, these grass plants here. They're definitely, look at how big this one's got. These are all on their second year here. They usually don't do too well in the first year. This year I just planted like maybe a month ago. Next year is when it'll take off. Seems like the second year they really do good. Then the third year things just really explode. But yeah, these have filled out real nice here. These two have gotten pretty nice, big and full. Now that I look at them, I probably should have planted them back another foot or two because they're going to fill this whole area in, but it's okay. I think it'll still work out pretty good there. And I got one more there. That one's doing real good, and then we got another one back there in the back behind the sunflowers. The ivy's doing pretty good over there too. That's taken about 3 years for it to finally catch on, but it's finally starting to do pretty good there. Then we got the primroses, and the odd thing about the primroses, I think they're on their second year. I don't know if you guys are familiar with these. Some places call them Mexican primroses, some call them evening primroses. But they all have those pink flowers. And here's the thing, mine are in good soil and they get watered on drip systems. Now when I see these thrown like next to a sidewalk and there's just crappy dirt and they barely get any water, and you know, people are throwing their cigarette butts in them and just all kinds of trash, they just grow amazing. They grow like weeds. So I think that's the trick for them. I'm going to have to just put them in some crappy dirt and maybe they'll explode. Because mine don't do nearly as well as the ones just in like the desert soil next to a sidewalk. They just grow amazing. So that's something I'll have to try in the future. There's I think my son said that's a blue heron. I'm not sure what the tag said, but yeah, there's my heron over there. Of course, my awesome owl over there that I like so much. But there's the lawn we got mowed. I did go ahead and mow it the opposite way. I mowed it this way this week. And then of course last week the other way. So we have that diamond pattern in there. And I haven't been watering it as much as I should this time of year. I've been watering every other day for 30 minutes every other day. And it's just not quite enough up here. So I'm going to go to every day. I'm probably going to cut it back to like maybe 20 minutes, but every other day. So, or I'm sorry, every day. So that should get me enough water. If not, I'll bump it up to 25 minutes every day. Whatever I need to do to get this grass greened up a little bit. I mean, it's not bad, but you can tell it doesn't look like it's looked in years past about this time. There's a chocolate man. It's doing good as always. I was going to thin these sunflowers out to only leave like 1 or 2 in each bucket. But since we had those crazy high winds up here and it snapped my purple robe locust that used to be here, that's no longer here. I'm going to leave these because they, give it a little something back here. I've already plucked out probably about 30 of them in there because they just reseed themselves every year when the sunflower seeds drop down, or the birds eat them or whatnot. There's that other grass plant back here. And I did go ahead and put some more drip system back here, so I am finally getting water back here now. And it doesn't look very good, but I've got a couple snapdragons and some bulbs and a couple things are coming up. I probably still need to get a little more water back here because this does get sun all day long. The lavender probably needs some more water too. This year, I've said in the past, that's a volunteer. That's blowing in from the neighbor's yard or whatever that is. It's just growing in there. Who knows? Of course, there's the owl that I like so much. It was expensive. That was like a $75 owl, but I think it was $75 well spent. And it's metal, and I've got it on there anchored good, as you can see, because if we get high winds, it'll take it off, so it doesn't come off now. Yeah, just an awesome owl. I think it's like a barn owl. Is that what they call it? A barn owl, barred owl, something like that. Let me know. These desert plants, I don't know the name of them. This was like one of the only things here when I bought this place. It had no landscaping at all, but it did have 3 of these. So I'm guessing the one that was originally there probably died at some point, because it would have made sense. There would have been 4 of them. But you see a lot of these down in the Vegas area. I'm sure the Phoenix area too, where it's hot as hell. But these are blooming this year, and since they grow, I just leave them. The wife told me to rip them out, but I know they're going to grow every year, so what the hell, just leave them. There's one of the logs I brought home from one of our adventures. Looks good back here. Got a couple of these guinea fowl, that's what they're called. A couple of these guinea fowl on here. Give us some color, look pretty good there. This guy here comes back every year. It's going to bloom. I don't know if it's some type of a lily. I really don't know. But it's going to give some color here in a little while. That pot's just got some bulbs in it. Of course, there's the other one of those there, those desert type plants. If you know what it is, comment. I guess I could do a Google image or lens, but not that important. Another one over there that's blooming. Of course, we got the peacock gets spinning when the wind blows. These are real pretty. They're starting to die off now. Those will all drop down and go to seed and replant themselves next year. And of course, over here in the corner, yes, we have my majestic little goat. My favorite addition to the yard. And I'm sorry, Mr. Owl, you were my favorite. You're going to have to take second place now, because the little goat just makes me smile every time I see it. And we got the couple grass plants here and a lot of bulbs coming up. Those are gladiolas. They'll be blooming here pretty soon. Usually I have great big sunflowers here that literally go twice as high as this fence here. Big mammoth ones, but I've been plucking them all out. They reseed themselves every year. It's just too much. The birds decimate them, and it's just so hard to, they just reseed. So I've been plucking them out. I didn't want them up here this year. And I think those are miniature carnations. They come back every year. Those are doing well. And of course the cactus. Really doesn't do too much. I just pick the blossoms off of it and give it to my tortoises. And I think this one here is the honeysuckle. Yeah, that looks like a honeysuckle there. Still hasn't grown up my lattice. Now the jasmine here, I may have them backwards, and I'm pretty sure this one is a jasmine. That one's doing well. That's growing up the lattice. So that's where I've kind of trained the tortoises to go in the daytime. They go under there. And as a matter of fact, there's the mill right there. You can probably see a shell down there. Yep. A couple more grass plants here by Bird Village. Got the pear tree. Not a lot of pears on it this year. We had really high winds. They blew a lot of the blossoms off. And then when it did have a lot of the fruit got blown off when they were little tiny things. So these ones down here would have all been Asian pears, which are my favorite ones. And it doesn't look like we're going to have any Asian pears this year. This is a grafted pear tree, so it gets 3 types of pears. Looks like the only ones we're going to get this year are these red ones here. And I really don't care for those. I'm going to be thinning this tree out anyway, so the wind doesn't, it's not too top heavy. Of course, a little peach tree, it's not a producer yet. It's on its, I planted it last fall, so this is like its first full year, but it's doubled in size, maybe even tripled in size. It's doing pretty well. Of course, the apple tree, it's always full of apples. This was a grafted tree too. It got 2 different types of apples. Of course, one of our strong windstorms here, it had another branch running off this way like a Y. It did snap that over. That was last year. So it only produces the one type of apple now, but there's a lot on there. So we'll definitely get a lot of apples off of it. Of course, there's the big giant cherry tree, and she is a producer. I'll tell you, we got a lot of cherries this year. And not only us, but the birds love them, especially the robins. The American robins absolutely love to eat the cherries and the worms in the grass. So it's kind of what's going on out here. You kind of see the direction I cut it this week. I just went the opposite. I always do it in a diagonal pattern. I just think it looks a little better. The lights came on back there on the log. I do have lights back there. And of course the wind chimes back there, they're LED, they light up. One of them's come on, still got some light out. Same old over here. Just got a bucket with some water and a pump in it. Just pump some water. It's on solar in the daytime. And this one, the bees and the yellow jackets utilize it for their water, so they don't bother me, so I let them do it. I don't bother them. I do have some water plants in there that are starting to grow. And we got a California poppy, we got a grapevine. This one's on its 2nd year. It's doing okay, but the tortoises do annihilate it, so it can only do so well. And then this bucket here, it's in full sun every day, but it's still doing all right. I do have to get the chrysanthemums in the ground. I bought those last fall. I was lazy and left them in here, and they're starting to grow again. So if I get those in the ground, they will come back every year, and they produce really pretty flowers. And of course, Bird Village. All the birds have moved out for the season in Bird Village here. They've already laid their eggs, and they went on to do their bird things. And of course, the bluish purple cat mint, the regular type of mint, whatever that's called. Not sure about that one. Just thought it was a cool color. Some snapdragons and some other stuff in there. I know it's getting dark. Some more stuff in there, and then some California poppies on the end. And of course, all the other stuff over here. My windmill over there. Everything's looking pretty good out here. Like I say, I just got to get some more water on stuff, which I'm going to go and change the program on my sprinkler timer right now. And I just trimmed these literally 2 days ago. Look at how much these have grown on my trellis, arbor, whatever you want to call it here. These climbing roses do great. And you can see the little lights. I put those up like, I guess 3 years ago when I first got this, and they still work. They're solar. Got those at Walmart. It's like, it's a hit or miss. This particular brand, I don't know what it was. It just works great. Same brand as that one over there I put on the log. And the onion over there, it's gone to seed. You can see the flowers on it. Look at the little goat. And I'll give you a quick look at the skies. It's always looking like we might get a taste of rain, but we haven't had any up here this year yet. It just teases us. There's the old antenna that just sits idle. Never really gets any use. I might turn it on for 5 or 10 minutes here or there. That's about it. It's got a lot of other projects and whatnot going on. Alright folks, be good. Catch you next time.